How to start your first side hustle. I know you can't go from full-time employment to self-employed in 2 seconds. There's all of this responsibility of paying your bills, making sure that your rent's covered, making sure your children are fed, watered and clothed, because you can't send them to school wearing nothing for 2 reasons. 1, that's cruel. 2, there's perverts. So the way a business can start is by starting your first side hustle and growing it. There are a few ways that you can start a side hustle. YouTube can be a side hustle in itself, in which either you are creating content for YouTube, in which that then funds you as long as you grow your YouTube channel to 4,000 hours of watch time in 12 months and 1,000 total subscribers for YouTube to then monetize your channel. The only thing with YouTube is that although it pays okay, you really do need a lot of views to get a substantial amount of money that would replace your day-to-day income. Say, for example, you need to pay your rent, feed your kids, make sure that your cat is kept in the absolute lap of luxury. So let's say you're looking for £1,500 to £2,000 per month. There's no way that you're going to get that from YouTube in a smaller channel that isn't getting active views. But there is such a thing as potent and engaged subscribers. If your videos are all about how to invest in specific stocks and services, in which then you have an affiliate arrangement either directly with the company or using their affiliate programs where they don't know who you are, you've signed up with them to promote their service for a percentage, then those kind of things may have a higher intent to buy and a higher income. For example, I have a weight loss channel. I've lost 6 stone in the last year, and one of the affiliate programs is that I suggest how I get my weight loss jabs through a company called MedExpress. I'm not here to sell you weight loss jabs, don't worry. But every time somebody watches that video, if they understand what they are trying to achieve is that they wish to lose weight and they wish to lose weight using these medications, they've already kind of made up their decision to buy. They click on the link in my description, they go off, and then I get a sign up of £40 and they get a discount of £40. And if I push enough people that way, then slowly over time, I can generate an income. The only issue with that is a one-off payment when it comes to the affiliate. They buy, they use it once, I get that £40 payment, and no matter how long that client is with that person, I've only been paid once. Some affiliate programs have recursive income, such as the Lillian Loaf thing that I posted on here a couple of weeks ago. There'll be a link in the description down below to that specific video, in which if people sign up to a recursive billing bundle type thing, I get paid every time that is renewed every month. Recursive income is probably a better way for you to go. That way you pour in all of your effort and you know that if you signed up to the MedExpress thing, 10 people, those 10 people pay you once and then they've disappeared, but those are continued clients with MedExpress. Whereas with recursive, if I was to push people through to, say for example, Lillian Loaf, where they get monthly supplements, multivitamins, that kind of thing, I'd get paid every month. So if I sent over 10 people over there, not only would I get paid for the initial sale, but every time they up that subscription. So as you can imagine, if I push 100 people to the MedExpress, I get paid okay, but it's once per customer. Whereas if I pushed 100 people over to Lillian Loaf and they paid every month, then it starts to become an income. So that side hustle starts to become an income that can output enough money to slowly replace my day-to-day normal job income, and then maybe even become my full-time job. So YouTube, affiliate income, gig work is my next suggestion. Now, I don't necessarily mean going out there and driving for Lyft or Uber or Deliveroo or whoever it happens to be. I mean, you have a specific skill. This is how I started. I went to Fiverr and PeoplePerHour and I set up a profile. I filled in all my details, told them who I am, what my background history happens to be, and I created a few products and services. I can create a thumbnail for X amount. I can audit your channel for X amount. Now, it is slow when you first start. Just like with anyone, if you open a bakery and nobody walks past, then there's no proof that you can truly make a sandwich or a cake. But after 2, 3, 4, 5, 10, 20 weeks, people will start walking past that bakery and maybe trying, and then they'll tell a friend that that was a nice cake. That's the same with gig work. And with gig work, you kind of get weighted higher and higher. The more gigs you do, and the better you are ranked. So when I first started on PeoplePerHour and Fiverr and places like that, I deliberately priced myself incredibly low because I understood that either I have to go out there and spend advertising money to bring people in that need to trust me, Or I don't spend any money at all, but I do work for next to free. I get all of their reviews. I get all of their wonderful words, their advice. I get to use them as a case study and add them to my portfolio. And after 5, 10 or 20 jobs, I then have proof that I can add to my CV that I can then show for the next person. Look, I've done 20 of those exact things. I'm not charging you £5 anymore. I'm charging you 20, 30, 50 pounds, because look, I can prove that I can do what I do. And then slowly over time, my fees increased. My very first channel review, which was a good 15-page document of deep diving kind of data analysis, I charged that client £75. A very similar report now, which has swollen to over 30 pages in a deep dive from the YouTube certified expert that has silver play buttons from clients, I now charge over £1,000. But I had to have all of those case studies and all of that proof through that gig work to prove that I could do it. It is truly that kind of thing. Either you have the time or you have the money. If you have the money, you can run advertisements and you can push your portfolio much, much faster. But if you don't have the money, time is to your advantage. And I know that you might be going to work and working a 9 till 5 or a 9 till 7, and you get home and you're tired and you've got the kids. But honestly, some of the most valuable time that I've ever put into my business was between the hours of 9 o'clock at night and 12 midnight. Whether that's building a website, whether that's doing that additional gig work, whether it was recording videos, whether it was deliberately installing white lights in my living room to record these videos so you don't know whether or not this is recorded in the middle of the day or in the middle of the night. But every video I upload is proof that I can do what I can do. Starting your own side hustle, starting that business, it's not glamorous. It's kicking, it's screaming, it's biting, it's fighting. But honestly, the 2-3 years worth of absolute solid groundwork I did has set me up, future Alan, for what I have become now. It took me 5 years to get one of these silver play buttons for my clients. Now I have 4 behind me and 2 that are in the post that are coming to me soon. I now can dedicate my time to this side hustle that I started 15 years ago that is now my main source of income. I have recurring clients, I have recurring income, I have an affiliate stream, and I still make these videos to continue to educate you. I am Alan, your YouTube certified expert, and I'm here to help you grow your business and become your own boss.